Welcome friends. In this video, we will see how to make a dashboard like this from the raw sales data like this as per our customer's requirement. This is a sales dashboard from where you can see the total sales, total profit, profit percentage, units sold, number of transactions, top selling products, country-wise sales amount, top customers, country-wise sales and profit, and month-wise sales and profit at one place pictorially. And that is too completely customizable, as you can check the year-wise value of 2021 or 2022 as the case may be. You can see for a particular month of a particular year or even for a particular country. Watch till the end as I will show you how to make this dashboard step by step from scratch. Raw data that is given by your client. This is the raw data, and here is the requirement by your client, the features they want in their dashboard. The dashboard must be customizable over time, like here it is year-wise and month-wise. So let us start. We will create a new sheet and we'll rename it as analysis. We will go serially one by one, and the first requirement is the total sales, then followed by the total margin, profit percentage, and unit sold and number of transactions. First, we will spend some time to create the environment. Let us insert few shapes from here. I'll insert this rounded corner rectangle at first, and we'll edit the text as ABC Sales Corporations INC. For the entire dashboard, we will follow with Arial font. You can change it with the type of font that you or your customer like. Increase the font size. The next line, there will be the text sales dashboard. This is a sales dashboard, so we will write that. We'll get some icon. And we'll change the color to something bright. We'll copy this, we'll delete the text inside, and here we will insert a text box for the total sales. From here we will format the shape and click on no outline. Change the font to Arial. Let us right click on it and click on format shape, and from here give a no fill to this, and let us change the text color to white so that it is visible. We can increase the text size a bit. Now it's okay. And just like this, we need to create 4 more boxes. Now we will select the text as well as the shape. Press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to make 4 copies of it. We can reduce the size a bit. To utilize the space. The first display will be the total sales. The second one will be the total margin. The third one will be the margin or profit percentage. The fourth one will be the units sold in numbers. And the last one, the number of transactions. Now what we will do is to select all the shapes and make them middle aligned. Now we need to link the respective data to these shapes. Now we need a separate sheet which we will rename as calculations, and here we will first enter a pivot table. We'll go to insert and click on pivot table and then select the range from the sales data. We'll click on the A1 cell and press Ctrl A to select the entire data. Hit enter twice and we got our first pivot table. On the right side pane, we need to check the fields that we need. Customer ID we don't need now, product ID, customer name, country, unit sold, that we need because that we have to display on our dashboard as per the requirement of our client. The total sales that we will need, total profit that we'll also need. Okay, so some data has appeared here in the pivot table. In addition to this, we need two more things. One is a profit percentage and another is the number of transactions. So for displaying the number of transactions, we can show any field here in the values field and ensure that it is click to count. Count is the option that is already selected. So the only remaining thing that we need to show here is the profit percentage. So how would you determine that? That is the sum of profit, that is D2 cell, divided by the sum of sales, that is the C2 sales, and it will come as a percentage. We will keep one digit after the decimal. So this is the profit percentage or margin percentage as you call it. Now this sum of sales and sum of profit are showing the actual numbers, but we want to show it in the millions format. So for that we will select these two cells, go to the number format or press Ctrl 1. We'll go to the custom option and from here select this one, and we need to provide a formula here within third bracket less than 1000. If it is less than 1000, then this format will be there. Otherwise it will check if it is less than a million, then this will be here, 1 comma will be there, and after that 0.0, and if it doesn't conform to any of these formulas, the format will be these two commas will be there and 1.0 will be there. This is the case if it is greater than 1000 but less than a million. So in this case there will be a K after the digit, and in the third case that it is more than a million, there will be a M after the digit. Let us click on OK, and it is now showing you the correct way. Also let us put a $sign in front of that irrespective of the value. A $sign for all the three cases. There will be a $sign in front of the amount of sales and profit. For the sum of the units sold, we will do somewhat the same thing, only for two cases. One is if it is less than 1000, then this will be the case. Otherwise, after the semicolon, hash comma hash hash 0, 1 comma 0.0, and within the double inverted comma 1K. Let us click OK, and it is now correctly showing the sum of the units sold, that is 1125.8K. Now we need to link these values to the dashboard. Select the first shape, go to view and on the formula bar, and from here we will type equals to, go to the calculation field, sum of the sales will be C2. So we'll type C2 from here and hit enter. We need to do a little formatting before it is visible. Left and bottom align the text with the shape and click on the text color as yellow so that it is visible. We need to increase the font size, and I will change it to Arial because for the entire dashboard I am using this font to have a theme of the dashboard. The same way we need to connect the total margin. We'll again type on equals to in the formula bar and go to calculations and type D2 because the sum of the profit is in that cell. Hit enter. Let us link other cells also before we do the formatting, because we can do it at one go. Margin percentage will be linked to this cell. Hit enter. Unit sold will be linked to the B2 cell. Let us type B2. We cannot select directly here because this is a pivot table. And the last one is the number of transactions. We will link to the A2 cell. Okay. We will keep the control key pressed and select all the shapes and do the formatting. Change the color to yellow. Change the font to Arial. Increase the font size to 20 and bottom and left align the text. For a professional looking dashboard, we can have some icons. We'll search for the cash icon, currency. Well, here are the currencies. Let us search for money as well. So another icon is here. So let us insert all these icons. Keep the control key pressed and select all these icons and go to home. Let us change the color to something light that will be visible. So now the top bar is ready, and 5 of the 10 requirements of our client is also ready for display. So let us go to the features checklist, and total sales completed, total margin completed, profit percentage completed, unit sold completed, number of transactions completed. Now we need a display for the top selling products. Let us go back to the calculation sheet and insert another pivot table from the same data. In the same way, hit enter twice and our pivot table is here. Now we need to show our top selling product. So the product name must be in the pivot table. Here is our product name. Total sales also we need. So we'll click on sales. Now we need the same formatting that we have done in the sales and profit margin. So we'll keep the same formatting here also. While clicking on the pivot table, we will go to insert, click on the pivot chart. We'll have a pivot chart of this type. So we'll select that and click on OK. We need to do some formatting for a better display. First of all, we will right click on the sum of sales here and hide all the field buttons on the chart. This total text is not required. This headline is also not required. We don't need the axis as well. We need the data labels. So we'll click on add data labels from here. And also the gap is very high in this case. So we will right click on any of the bars and click on format data series and reduce the gap width from here. These axes are not required because we have already put the data labels here. Change the font to Arial. Increase the size. Change the color to black. These data labels to bold for prominent display. Add some shadow for a better display of the bars. Chart is ready. We will now cut it from here and go to the analysis page and paste this. We'll do the final formatting after all the components of our chart are ready. But for the time being, we will have one shape behind it with no text on that. It will just act as a background. Send it backward. Let us have a headline here. What is this? This is the top selling product list. The products are showing but not in sequence. We need the top product on the top of the list and the lowest selling product will be at the bottom of the list. So let us click on the bars, go to data and click on the sort smallest to largest. Our top selling product is also added. The next feature that we need is the country-wise sales amount percentage. So for that, we can have one pie chart. And before we get the pie chart, we need another pivot table. We'll go to pivot table and from here, the same way, we will select the sales data, hit enter twice. Now we need to search the country field and here it is. We'll check that and go to the sales field and also check that. It is showing the sum of the sales. Let us click on that and click on value field settings. Go to show value as and from here show value as percentage of grand total and click on OK. Now it is showing the percentage of the grand total country wise. So while clicking on the pivot table, go to insert, add a pie chart. We will click on the sum of the sales and click on hide all field buttons on chart. We'll delete all the legends. Instead, we'll click on add data labels and click on format data labels. From here, we will check off the show linear lines, but check on the category names, which will display the country name and the percentage. And from here, we will go down and check the outside end so that the country names are displayed outside the pie chart. We don't need 2 digits after the decimal. So from here, we will reduce 1 digit after the decimal. We don't need this total heading as well. We'll do some formatting on the pie chart. And from here, we will have some pie explosion for a nicer look. Angle of the first light. Okay, now it is looking very nice. A 3D looking pie chart is here. So now we'll cut this and go to the analysis sheet and paste it here. Let us reduce the size to fit with our other components and also copy the text box and shape. Send it backward and this will be country-wise sales amount percentage. Next that is required country-wise sales and profit. So for that we'll go to the calculation sheet and now again insert one pivot table just as we have done it before. Here we need the country-wise sales and profit. So these fields must be on the pivot table. From the pivot table fields, we'll select country, sales and profit. So the same format that we will use here also. And for this, we will have a pivot chart with a stacked column. This is here. Let us click on OK. So like before, we will also hide all the field buttons on the chart for this chart as well. The legends should be there, but at the bottom of the chart. Let's click on the chart and go to change the font, change the color. We can cut this and go to the analysis sheet and paste it here. Let us copy that label as well as the shape for the background and header. Go to shape format and send them backward. So this country-wise sales and profit is also done now. Now we need month-wise sales and profit. And for that one line chart is required. After we go to calculations and insert another pivot table for this. we are having separate pivot tables for every component so that there is no mix up of the data. Let us go to the sales data and select the data to create the pivot table. Here we need to display year field in the rows column, then the month field in the rows column, then the sales in the values column, and the profit in the values column. Go to the design tab and off the grand totals as well as subtotals, and the report layout, let us change it to show in the tabular form. Let us format the data in the pivot table in the millions format. Press Ctrl 1, go to custom, and from here type 2 commas to convert it to the millions format, 0.00, so that 2 digits after the decimal point is displayed and 1 M within the inverted comma. Click on OK and the format is changed. So while clicking on this pivot table, we will go to insert and click on the pivot chart option. We will have a line chart from here. This is a good line chart that can display our data very well. So click on OK. We'll right click on this sum of the sales option and hide all the field buttons from here. Let us change all the text to Arial as we are doing for the entire sheet. Keep the color as black. And this one, the legends should be there, but at the bottom of the chart. Now displaying the trend of the sales as well as the margin over the period. Now we will cut this chart from here and go to the analysis page and paste it there. Now the only thing that is remaining in client's requirement is the top customers list. So for that we will have one more, and this is the last pivot table that we will need for this dashboard. Select the data and hit on enter. From here we will click the customer's name and go to the sales and keep it on the values column. So similar to that we have done earlier, we will change the format to the millions format, and based on this we will have one pivot chart that will be the bar type of pivot chart. This pivot chart will show it very nicely, the data of the customers. We'll need some formatting, of course, just like we did earlier. Grid lines are not required, not this axis as well. Because there are so many customers, so we can have the top 20 customers list here. So we should click here and go to the value filters and click on the top 10, and from here we will change to top 20 based on the sum of sales. Click on OK. So now the top 20 customers are displayed. Let us click on the add data labels by right clicking that, and of course it should be displayed in the largest to smallest, so short it accordingly. Let us change the font type and color and cut it from here. Go to the analysis sheet and paste it here. not matching with the top bar. Either we need to increase the top bar. Now all the components of our dashboard is ready as per our client's requirement. The top customers list also we have added, but we need to have some interactiveness in this dashboard. For that we need slicers. Let us select any of the charts and go to insert to click on slicer. We will have 3 slicers here. One for the year, the second for the month, and the third one is for the country. Click on OK, and 3 slicers we have already got. Let us provide a background to them first. Move the year . For the month slicer, we will go to the slicer tab and increase the column numbers to 2 so that we can utilize the space well. Then comes the country slicer, and here it goes. Let us reduce this. There will be a scroll bar, so we can go up and down to select the countries. Now the entire dashboard is ready. Let us provide a shape as the background as a whole, covering the entire dashboard. Send it to the back, and it will act as a container of the entire dashboard. Let us go to the full screen mode and increase the size of the screen. So here is our complete dashboard, but let us check the functionality. Let us click on 2021, but what I can see is only this chart is changing while these other charts are constant. And when I'm clicking on any particular month, only the top selling product chart is changing while all the other charts are static. That is because we have created these 3 slicers from this chart, and these 3 are linked to this chart only. So what we need to do is to right click on the slicers one by one and click on the report connections, and from here we need to connect all these pivot tables that we have created so far. Same thing we need to repeat for the month slicer and check on all the pivot tables from the report connections. Same we will do for the country slicer as well, and select all the pivot tables that are in use within the file. Click on OK. And now when we remove the filters of the slicers, we can see the entire data summary in front of us. And if we want to see the data for the year 2021 only, that also we can see. For 2022, that also we can see, and you can see that the figures are changing each time we are clicking any particular options. You can see particular country, say for Germany, for a particular month and a particular year. Compare any 2 countries, say for India and Italy. You can compare the data of any 2 countries by clicking on them for a particular year. You can get your best customers for any particular country like France, like India, Italy or Germany or anything that you like. With this dashboard, you can have the insight of a business to the depth you want and have any kind of an analysis about the business. You will get the link in description to download this file for practice, and tell me if you find any problem or have a query about this. If you want any other kind of a dashboard tutorial in this channel, please let me know in the comment box and we will revert to you. If you have liked this video, please share it with someone who also may like it, and if you have not subscribed to our channel till now, please subscribe. Thanks for watching it.